Hello. Hi, ladies. Good evening. Good afternoon. What's happening for a Wednesday afternoon or a Wednesday evening or a Wednesday almost night for us? I've got Dolly with me here, all ready, and she is looking like a pretty doll, Dolly doll.
Thank you.
Oh, that's very beautiful, very beautiful. So since I don't have anyone, probably I'll just chat with you for a few minutes. So how was your day, Dolly?
It was good day. Yeah, I had walks in the morning. So I finished my work and then I had small session with my friend and then I was all set and ready for you, Himaji.
Oh, that's excellent. So it's been a full-on day for you then.
Always Monday to Friday is always full on. If you work 9 to 5, you are full on.
Exactly, exactly. It's the way how you see things, isn't it?
That's it. That's it. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
that's very true. That's very true. Like, the way you program yourself for the daily tasks you do,
Yeah.
you could kind of like, make it lazy, or you can make it very fast, or you can do it at your own pace, or slow and steady, whichever way you want.
That's right.
It
That's right.
also depends, like, I don't know. For me, every day it's kind of like different anyway. Like the work scenario is totally different.
That's
And you kind of like get tuned to that. Am I correct in
yes,
saying that? Like
that's
it
right.
influences a lot on your daily kind of like, activity, isn't it? Like how you actively can do things, or how lazily you can do things, or how fast you can do things. Am I right?
Exactly. You have to plan your day. Like if you think you don't have enough hours in the day, so that shows you that you need to wake up early. So
I know.
like me, I have to wake up at 6 o'clock to start my day without any miss. Only one day I miss is Saturday and Sunday when I said, okay, that's my days. But still 8 o'clock I'm out of the bed anyway.
Okay, okay. I normally get up at that time. I sleep late though, so that compensates. Anyway, right. I've got a few people there, Dolly. Let me start the session. Ladies, welcome to Wholesome Wednesday, session number 113. It's all about saris and event management, and it is totally done by Mrs. Dolly Arora, and she's going to highlight us, also take into her daily activity of what event management is, and how she does it and what she does. Everything. We'll just touch base with her in a little while. And let me just start off with what I do and wishing happy birthdays today. I've got Mrs. Chandrakala Reddy and Purnima Perry celebrating their happy birthday. Ladies, wishing you both a very happy birthday. I'm sure there will be plenty others, but this was the only two which I was able to pick it up from my system. So, for the ladies who celebrated their birthday from last week up until today, wishing you all again a very happy birthday. And now coming to national days, it's interesting. I've got something which I kind of like touch based on laziness. So there is something on that. We'll touch base about that one in a little while. So today it's the Agent Orange Awareness Day. I was just thinking, what's orange and awareness and everything, which I didn't know. It's a little bit of history here. In the early 1960s, Americans used the herbicide in Vietnam to clear the thick foliage from battlegrounds to eliminate the enemy's protective ground cover. And those exposed to the chemical suffering a wide range of negative medical impacts, including like diabetes, Hodgkinson's, lymphoma, leukemia, etc. So to kind of like give them an awareness, this National Array or Orange Awareness Day was started. So that's what it is all about, which I never knew. And the next one is the World Lion Day. So
Hmm.
the species lion, right? It is the majestic species to walk the earth. Beautiful creatures there. So today is the special day dedicated for them. So if you want to go and watch a documentary You surely can. And if people are able to go to a zoo, I don't know how many people can go to the zoo at this time, but maybe people from Mysore can definitely go because it's still in the afternoon there. The zoo closes at 5 p.m. Coming from Mysore, I can say that. So yeah, you can just go and visit a zoo or of course read something about lions. The next one is the National Connecticut Day, which is more about the National Day being celebrated for each state, which started in 2017. So this is all about celebrating the Connecticut Day in the state Connecticut. And the next one is the National Shapewear Day. This has become so popular, right? I don't care about my shape. I absolutely don't. People can talk about my shape. I don't care. That's what it is. I enjoy. But of late, it's becoming very trendy. Ladies and girls do wear shapewears to maintain their shape or keep in shape. But it's up to it's all personal. Whatever you do. So I didn't know that this day is dedicated for that one. So if you are one of those ladies wearing shapewear, just enjoy wearing them. If you kind of feel comfortable, do wear them. And the next one is the National S'mores Day. S'mores, wow, I love s'mores. This is more about marshmallows and chocolates, sandwiched in between. Oh, yum! Especially it's nice in front of a campfire, right? Have you tasted it, Dolly?
Yes, I
It's
have.
yum, isn't it?
From
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And the next one, as I mentioned, is the National Lazy Day. So if you want to become lazy today, do so. You can just laze around, do nothing. That would be my example because I've got nothing to do. Mom is here. She has cooked. I have finished my dinner. And I think she would have gone off to sleep or maybe not yet. Nobody at home. So I can literally laze around. So I literally celebrate the lazy day this night. So that's the lazy day. So if you feel like, please do so. Just, maybe a jhula or a hammock or, get a book, listen to some music. Just enjoy, just being lazy and enjoying music, or of course listen to Wholesome Wednesday. So that is as good as celebrating your National Lazy Day. So that's how you can celebrate. Now, coming to my sari today, this is a party wear sari. I knew that Dolly will be draping a beautiful kind of sari, which could be like with razzle dazzle there, which I can see. I thought it would be something similar to that, so I just wanted to match, but exactly I'm not matching. But anyway, this is a netted sari. It's a net sari, beautiful pearl work done, and it's a little bit transparent. So I've just got it the two pala, and I will be posting this one tonight. It's not my kind, but anyway, I think the mom got it a few years ago, and it's been sitting in my wardrobe. Of course, the blouse is a little bit tight, but anyway, I could get away for the session. I've been wearing new saris for the session, so that's my spiel about the sari. And Dolly, what sari are you wearing? It looks like
It's a kind of a net sari. It's got a nice and lovely border.
yeah,
All around
it
with
looks
the.
like a brasso. Is it a brasso? Beautiful,
I like how
beautiful.
that's my favorite part in the sari, and it's full
That's
sleeves.
beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful. It's lovely. Is it heavy? Is the sari heavy? It looks heavy for me.
It looks heavy, but it's not that. It's lightweighted. I think it's a machine work, so that's why it's not that heavy. When you
Heavy. Yeah.
hand work, then it's a bit more heavier. This one
Yeah.
is nice border sari, and I like.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. Right, now let us come to our session today, which is it's more about entertainment and event management and touching base on event management. There are a few ladies here in this group, quite a few, I would say. It's 9.1K, and with very varied backgrounds in their profession. And if someone is wanting to do it as a side hustle, you can definitely do this. or if ladies have young adolescent kids wanting to explore the opportunities in event management, this is the way you can get in touch with what event management is all about, and you can literally expand in that if you want to expand. But if you just want to do it as a side hustle, this is like, I would say it's a nice one. So even like, the Wholesome Wednesday session, it's like an event management, but it's in a small scale. But what Dolly does, it is in a large scale. And it is not a virtual platform, it's a face-to-face platform. Mine is a virtual platform. So mine is like every week, and she does it like maybe once every 4 months or 6 months. Yeah.
Fun.
So it kind
Yeah.
of like takes a lot of time if you're doing it face-to-face, like, being there at the venue and organizing and attending. It's a different vibe altogether. So we will be talking about that in a little while. So let me just kind of introduce Dolly into our platform. And it's very nice of you, Dolly. And I have to literally thank Rekha for introducing you to me. Rekha, thank you so much for introducing Dolly. She also introduced a few others, which I have done. There are a few comments here. I'll just pass that on for you, Dolly. Oh, thank you, ladies, for wishing us. So now we are talking about entertainment. Entertainment is a form of bustle that holds the interest and attention of an audience or gives pleasure and delight. There are different ways of entertainment. It could be storytelling, music, drama, dance, and different kinds of performance which almost exist in any type of culture. The experience of being entertained has come to be strongly associated with delight, so that one common understanding of the idea is fun and laughter. So, and although some entertainments have a serious purpose, so some of the entertainments, it could be like, a fundraising event, or it could be a little bit serious. But most of the time, it's kind of like, all things put together. You just go there, just relax for a few hours, and it just changes your whole persona. Like, what you think about, you can just forget yourself for that few hours and enjoy. So that's what it's like, it's like celebrating. So that's what Dolly does, which is really a good idea to do that. So life itself is an event. So making it more memorable is again an art. Making an occasion unforgettable is another layer on it. So this is our event manager, Mrs. Dolly Arora, who runs a Red Carpet Bollywood Night event and has been very successful. The process of planning and coordinating any event for that matter, which I mentioned a little while ago, whether it is small or big or large, needs proper creative thinking and marketing and also communication strategies. And the most important thing is the audience. If you don't have the audience, you don't get that interest to do at all. So especially if it is a face-to-face kind of like, meeting, and there's no point, like, if you don't have people and if you are putting time and effort, and if no one comes, like, it's really like, the hard effort you put in, it just goes a waste. So diligent execution to make it memorable takes so much time and effort. And that's what Dolly has been doing for the past few years. And she's a socialite whose positivity is infectious, is a true gift to the people in her life and to the Indian Australian community. That's very nice of you. She inspires everyone to be a better person. So her passion always motivates everyone. She's a strong believer of women empowerment and is the biggest name in the event industry for the last 7 years. Running the biggest event by heart and soul under Red Carpet Bollywood Night was Shagnadi Raat. And there is an upcoming event in the month of September, which is next month, and which is titled Theme, the Cannes Film Festival. So we would be looking forward to attending that. But unfortunately, I would have loved to attend, Dolly, but I won't be here. I'll be explaining that in a little while before the close of the session. Or perhaps maybe I should say that now. So this will be the last session for another 2 months. So I'll be on a short break. I will be going to India, and I will be on a short break back in October So I will be lining up a few events from October. And I'll also do a poll for you ladies if you want to make it happen every month, every week, or every month, or every fortnight. So I'll just do a poll, and accordingly, I will do that. So far, it's been successfully doing it for the last 2 years, and I haven't repeated an event, and I haven't repeated the presenter. So I will make sure that moving forward, I have talked to quite a few people with different talents. So I will be introducing all of those who are ready for their second and third chance with all their talents. So if you want to see anything happen, put your name up, or if you know your friends or families who are happy to be a part of our Wholesome Wednesday, please do introduce them to me, and I'll be in touch with them and I can make that happen. So that's about for Wholesome Wednesday, and I really grateful and thankful to all of you, including Dolly doing the last session for me before I wind up, session number 113, which is like almost 2 years and plus 1 week ahead. So with all your cooperation, I was able to do that. So after the break, I'll be just coming back with a bang. So keep those eyes wide open. And now coming to Dolly. Dolly, in your own words, let us know what exactly motivated you to this event management platform with a different background, and then working in a different kind of like environment, and then coming back to this event management. What made you do that? Or
Yes,
perhaps maybe start off with a little bit of intro so that they can associate what you are and what you have been doing as a side hustle.
sure. Thank you, Himaji. You have done a fantastic intro for me already. So, as now everybody knows, this I'm doing red carpet event from last 6 years,
Yeah,
and I'm also doing event from last 5 years. You can that's a pre Karwa Chauth event, and
yeah,
we event with my partner Sarika Sehgal. So we have been working hard. We just came up with concept like I thought like every day life we have been so busy. There's nothing any Bollywood nights happening. If they're happening in the city, girls are not feeling comfortable going there. Uh, they want to have their private space, safety.
correct.
Husbands are happy to leave them there, and they know they are in the safe hands because there's only
Yeah,
husband and don't have any other involvement. So made me think that okay, Sarika, let's bring something to Sydney, a Bollywood night where girls can come, enjoy, have party without kids, without husband, and
husbands, I know. What else do you want?
and,
Just with your friends, enjoy a cuppa, enjoy a glass of not cuppa or maybe cuppa after the a dance session, and maybe a glass of wine. Enjoy food. What else do you want? Nothing. Girls only need something to hang on to, and just let them in a room. That's all they enjoy.
and it was a super hit from last 6 years. We have been doing it successfully. We normally target around
Right,
250 people, but normally we hit around 300 to 350, sometimes 400 as well. So
right.
yeah, so girls come with a bunch of friends and they come enjoy, have party, have food, have their lovely drinks, and dance whole night.
Oh, that's excellent. That's excellent. It's just basically a party place, to come and enjoy, hang out with your girlfriends, just forget what's happening from the family perspective, dump the husband, dump the kids just for the night, enjoy yourself and go back.
And when they come, we look after their entertainment. There are entertainers that we plan. Then we do a lot of
Yeah.
lucky to give away some gifts to the girls who have made so much effort because it's a ticketed event. So everything is all planned and it's a lot of planning involved.
Yeah, that's excellent. And of late, even I have been attending quite a few events of this sort. Not yours. In Sydney, it's kind of like gone far and wide. It was a few years ago. I'm not sure whether you were aware of it. Kabhi. not Kabir Bedi. What's her name? The lady who is in the police force. Um, I've just got my blocker here. Anyway, when she had come, it was all the Indian associations in Sydney who were invited to attend kind of like, a media session with her. And at that time, it was probably about 6 years or maybe 7 years ago. There were about 214 Indian associations at that time. And I was kind of like wondering, oh, wow. I was in one of the Indian associations, which was the Karnataka, which is the Sydney Kannada Association in 2000. I served the community for 1 year, being as the office bearer. So at that time, we used to associate ourselves with it, which is United Indian Association, as the banner, and underneath were all the other associations coming from each and every different state, and even like if there were to be like intra-state, whatever, like all the associations were in one banner called the United Indian Association. So it was kind of like we were kind of exposed to those ones. And it was at that time probably about like 40 odd associations. And I used to wonder, oh my God, there are 40 odd associations. And then in 27, I think it was 2016 or 17 or whatever, when I attended. And when I heard it was like, a 227 associations, I'm just thinking, oh my God, it's just gone far and wide. And now because of COVID, like, I started my platform just a few years ago, and it was more for the love of sarees. And then during COVID, what happened, like, people started approaching me saying, why don't you do something different? So I had to kind of like put my creative thinking, cap on. And then I thought, okay, I have to do something, Then I thought, okay, why not bring the talent from the group and present it to the group? And that's how this Wholesome Wednesday session kind of like started. So likewise, similar to you, there are plenty other groups, and they're not virtual groups. Some are virtual, maybe because of COVID, they were kind of like doing it virtually, but not that many though, because they were the platforms used were kind of like varied. It was Zoom, and they could only hold certain numbers, and etc. And then was Facebook Live, which was introduced, so which was a fantastic idea to do this. And I kind of like hopped in, grabbed the opportunity, and then I thought I'll do this. But in your perspective, like, from yours, it's totally different, because you do it like, for people to attend face to face. So how did you get this idea? Like, I know you kind of like explained everything. So coming together, staying together for a few hours, enjoying and everything. And before doing that, like, organizing the event itself, it takes such a tremendous amount of time. How do you come up with, what you want to call your so-called event with being a theme? Like, how do you come up with the theme? So it has to be a thematic event. So how do you come up with that? So do you have, I know you mentioned about your friend Sehgal. So do you kind of like, you both talk to each other and come up with the theme, or you kind of like open it up with the people in your group to come up or suggest something? How do you do that?
So, like from last 6 years, we decide theme among ourselves. So for us, it's a red carpet Bollywood night. Means that all Sydney girls are queens. Like all Sydney girls are Bollywood celebrities. So we don't
Yeah.
need people from Bombay, from Bollywood to join us. So I expect the girls from Sydney only to dress up as the queens, Bollywood celebrities, and walk the red carpet. So every year we bring themes. We had a theme like tiaras, because all girls are queens. So everybody was wearing tiara, which we
Yes.
oh like somebody has won something and they wear it. For us, everybody is a winner. Everybody has come through their struggle. Everybody has done something to themselves, for their family. So for me, all queens, and everybody was wearing tiara, which made me feel so good that you
Yeah.
all are. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone.
Prove yourself. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. So self-proclaim that you are the queen. No, the princess.
That's it. That's it. We all are princesses. I am my dad's princess. I think all girls
Exactly.
dad's
All
princess,
girls. I know.
and husband's queen. Market.
Wait.
We
True.
all,
Very true. Very true. Very true.
every
And
time we different themes. Ever like that was one of the theme tiara. Then we had like you wear only the gowns theme, and then we had this year is Cannes Film Festival. So if you're coming to the
yeah.
Cannes, how will you dress up? How will you
Yeah.
feel that feel? So that's what we're gonna
Yeah.
bring 9th of September.
Excellent. Oh, that's excellent. I'll be missing that. If I were to be here, probably I would have definitely attended.
Yeah,
But in
up
a
to
sari, though. Definitely in a sari.
yes, no,
So you mentioned like how you decide on the title. That's excellent. So how do you communicate like with the group, and how do you publicize that, saying this is happening, and how do you do that?
for us, social media plays a big role, and then word of mouth as well works. So whenever we
Yeah,
decide, it takes a lot of time to plan and execute it. So good 4 to 5 months before we announce the event, we
yeah,
plan Alka plan up, and then we announce it at least 4 to 5 months before the event is happening. And then there is a lot of planning involved, like who's going to be the entertainers, who's going to be the decorators, where we are doing the party, how many people we are expecting, what's going to be
expecting.
what's the cost involved, and everything.
Yeah, yeah. So parallelly, you also have to approach the sponsors, right? How
Yes,
easy is it to get the sponsors?
it was not that hard in old days when there were only a few events happening, but this year, just after COVID, it's smashed. Every week there.
I know. And it's very hard also, like sometimes, like, on the same day, there'll be multiple events happening, and you kind of like wonder, what am I doing the justice with? Am I attending this, or am I attending that? It's very hard to decide. So, like,
It's
I was kind of, if not, this one is kind of like local. I agree. Like, multiple events happen. Even if you miss, there will be something else happening. But especially when you have artists coming from overseas, like especially coming from India and performing for us, like, they're
yeah,
all like singers, like celebrities coming and performing for us.
yeah.
You just don't want to miss, but you just can't justify yourself being at the two venues and attending that. That will be an issue, and it has continued. Like, people do raise that in the social media, nothing happens, just people do it on their own way. But from your perspective, if you see an event happening on the same day, would you kind of like change that to a different day, um, thinking ahead, or would you just let it go?
Okay, like I'll come to that point as well, but at the moment, I would really like to highlight that when when celebrities are coming from overseas to perform for us, and if it's the same day, it's not fair to the celebrities, because
Correct.
we as audience we can't be at both places. We have to
Yeah.
decide one or two, which is not fair for them.
Yeah.
When we have to make a choice. But when it comes to us, like we have done it in past. So we, as I told you, that we announced the event 4 to 5 months earlier. We book the venue, we book everything in advance. So 3 years back, when we announced our event, everything was going well. 2 months earlier, the event, Gurdas Manji was announced. So
Oh,
so we are big fan of. I am myself respect him. I'm a
I
big fan of.
know. Yeah.
And it was on the same night when red carpet was happening. And I'm
Yeah.
being Punjabi background. I have so many my Punjabi friends who were attending red carpet, but now they wanted to go to Asmanji as
To
well,
do
because
that one, of course. Yeah.
so so we were thinking, and then suddenly the organizer just called me and he spoke to me and said, Dolly, I know your event is coming, but I'm so sorry. He did not had any more dates because they are artists and we
I
understand that.
know. They come with, the set dates. You can't change
And
that.
then
Yeah.
requested us that if we can move our dates. We said, well, we will. we tried to do it, and we tried the venue, and when agreed and everything happened, and we moved the date.
Oh,
So
nice.
so that's how the society should be. Everybody should be coordinating with themselves. If there are any clashes, I think we all can. We all are mature enough to discuss and let the events happen nicely, so everybody can attend whatever they want.
Okay. Yeah. Correct. Correct. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
so
don't give
true.
people hard times that they have to choose between one and two. So people were
Yeah.
very excited to change the date. It was only 2 weeks later, but people were happy because they wanted to go to Gurdas as well, and they wanted to come to red carpet as well. So we
Yeah.
were. I went to Gurdas Manji as well.
Yeah, I think the same thing is happening. I think in the coming months, Shreya is also performing on the same day, and then there is another artist. Is it
Abhi,
Abhijit?
yeah, Abhijit.
Yeah,
So
he's also performing. I know both are good. Like, who would you kind of like choose? It's very hard, you know. But anyway, that's good. At least you were able to move and justify the people who were attending to give them an opportunity to attend the celebrity coming from overseas, and then you were able to shift yours and change around. That's excellent. That's excellent. So, how do you kind of like, decide on the venue? Like, is it depending on the numbers you get? Or because you wouldn't be able to know how many you would be getting. But once you decide on how many, which obviously you wouldn't know, but is it like depending on the venue, you would publicize the event? How do you do that?
okay, we always know our targeted audience, and we always know that we will hit some number. There is a number always in our. So we always choose a venue which is, the targets are smaller than the venue. So if the venue's capacity
Yeah,
is like 500 to 600 people, we are targeting only 300 or 350 guests only. So which is
yeah,
giving them enough space as well between, you know, because of COVID as well. Always we wanted to have a plenty of space in the hall so people can sit nicely and enjoy the evening.
enjoy. Yeah.
So we try to all,
So,
have
yeah.
a
What happens if there are more than 300? Say, supposing 400 show
still
interest, and say,
it's still
would you
okay. We
change the
capacity is 600, 400 can still accommodate.
No, no. Your target is around 300, right? I'm just giving you as a scenario. And then you have 400 coming, and the venue can only hold for 300. So how would you go about changing that? So would you change the venue to a different venue, or do
No,
you have quite a few venues to work with?
no. So what we do is, if in case we know the venue's capacity is 300, so we will put our event sold out at 250 because it's a prepaid. So at 250 the
Okay.
event is out, and we have got a buffer of 50 people, which we don't
Yeah.
want to which we don't want to take.
Lose. Yeah.
But if
Yeah.
your best friends call you for tickets and then you can't say no to them, or your sponsor call you, they want to bring their friends, that's a
Yeah.
buffer people we keep
A
always.
buffer.
So
Yeah.
we can never go above. So because the venues have been already paid deposits before we book them. So once it's confirmed, we have to put the deposit in from our expenses. So it's all ready. We are all set and ready for the venue.
You're all set there. Okay, okay. You said that it's easy to get the sponsors, right? So you have to do a little bit of account planning. How do you do this?
It's a big job. It's a big job, and we cannot plan until the event is all sold out.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
no, we know the cost per head. These costs have gone so high. Everything is expensive.
Yeah.
After COVID, everything has hit us back. But
Yeah.
again, passion brings us back to do the events, and
Yeah.
we always uh, target, like we always budget what we are about to spend. Sometimes we just, whatever we get, we spend everything, and sometimes we have worked so hard for 6 months, and then
Yeah.
we definitely look forward, at least we have some, at least paid for our salaries.
That's
But
true. So
it really,
was there any time that you had to put some money in? Like, it would have been break even most of the time, but was there any instance that you had to shell out as well?
yes, first event we definitely added funds to the event, me and Sarika,
Yeah.
both of us in. And even in
Yeah.
second, hit the break even only, like because we were not budgeting what to do, how to do. and then support
Yeah,
from
once
community.
you do it, like a couple, you will get an idea as to what can be done.
And
Yeah,
community support is important. We got sponsors like associated from a first event. So these people got connected, and we respect our presenters, sponsors, whoever is supporting the event. So we are for them always referring them, giving a lot of business, referring
yeah,
them to a lot of clients. That builds a good relationship with them. So in
yeah,
that way, don't go away. Always with us.
yeah. Just checking with you since you have done this. So would a virtual platform, the numbers in the virtual platform carry any weightage if the community has to be, yours is like a community, if the community has to be supported from a local council perspective? Like, have you approached the local councils to support you?
A lot of people have approached me, asking me to approach the local council, but
Oh, okay.
I have not gone. A few people have shown me the ways that go and
Yeah,
speak to them, and they will definitely support your events. But
yeah.
yeah, I thought that's fine. I'll be fine.
Okay. Okay. No, I'm just checking because there is so much importance given to multiculturalism in New South Wales. I just thought I'll just check with you because as a background, my brother-in-law is in Townsville and they have a Hindu temple because Townsville did not have a Hindu temple, and they do have a Hindu temple constructed in the few years recently, and they do have, like, all activities being supported by the council, but that's a different one because there is a temple on site and people go. That's like a community event, but yours is kind of like, similar to virtual platform on the social media, but happening live. And plus, at the same time, it's again like, bringing the communities together as part of entertainment. So I'm just kind of like, giving you some tips there. I don't know whether it helps,
we,
but I just thought
yeah, we don't only target Indian community. We target like Bangladeshi community as well. Then we got some
yeah,
Pakistani friends joining us, Fiji
yeah,
friends
yeah.
joining.
It's like, multiculturalism. So like, anyone can come, which is absolutely fine. So it's just, I don't know whether multicultural New South Wales would be happy to promote and, fund. I don't know. I'm just giving you the idea. Obviously, you have had people mention about that. So anyway, something to take home and do some exercise there and see
Yeah.
whether you can approach anyone. And I have got another question for you. How do you make sure that you stick to the budget? I know the first 2 years was haphazard for you, but now coming up in September, so do you have like kind of like a planner which you stick to, and then accordingly you kind of like, go ahead with your budget? How do you do that?
Before even we announce the event, we sit down. Me and Sarika sit down and we plan like how many audience we are targeting this year, and what's
Yeah,
gonna be the venue involved. How much are we gonna be spending on the entertainment,
yeah,
decorations? How much we're gonna spend on the gifts that we're gonna give away? So every planning has been done like right in advance, and then we know we need this much sponsors at least to support the event, so that at least we can have a break even. And if
yeah.
we have to work hard. Me and Sarika really have to work hard because
I know.
yeah, we are doing event, we are doing a community event, we are but we try to help our sponsors. So whoever comes on board with us, we try to introduce them to the society, bring them in front of the people, show
People, yeah,
to, and how can people approach them, bring their face to the community basically.
yeah.
Gives us a bit of power to definitely budget ourselves for the event as well. And that's where we get connected to all these sponsors, and they are there to support us. This year was a little compared to other years because a lot of events happening, big celebrities coming, big sponsorships happening. So we are
Uh,
small, so community support was there. And now this month is time to give back to my community, give back to my.
Community.
So this month we are.
It's such a sense of feeling, isn't it? If you give something back to the community, because See,
Yes.
this is what I am doing for the community. I literally enjoy doing the Wholesome Wednesdays because I dedicate my time. It's a lot of effort because I have to find the presenters, like, I have to look for them. And it's a good 2 to 3 hours of work for me, like, every single week targeting. And there has been instances like, wherein people pull out at the last minute and you have to bring them forward. And oh, like, it's kind of like, ongoing. Like I do a lot of time invest into this. So it's but for me it's just the satisfaction what I get. So it's a lot of satisfaction doing something for the community, isn't it?
Exactly. When the sponsors just tell us that thank you, Dolly, thank you, Sarika, we got some customers from you guys. So that's what we want to hear. It.
Yeah, I know. It's just a sense of that inner feeling. um the other question I wanted to ask you was, um, so many mishaps happen. Like, if there is an event, it could be in any form. So, have you had any happen in the past in any of your events so far?
Not really, because we always plan security as well at our events. So we have got,
Uh-huh.
and girls are really, really nice crowd that joins. They all come to enjoy party, forget their stresses at home. So I touch wood, I've never had any issues on my any of the events. That's amazing.
Excellent, excellent. As an example, it happened in one of the parties. I don't want to name which one. So this girl was fully on a high, and she continuously threw up, and she had to be taken to the hospital at the last minute. So these kind of things happen. So
You're
I'm just kind of like, sorry, it was just my husband just dropped something on. So these kind of things happen a lot. So have you come across anything like that?
so okay. So because we are moms, mostly
Yeah,
girls
you're
all join,
responsible as well.
or all moms, even mother-in-laws. Um, I get mixed crowd. So it's not only about young girls. It's all, everybody.
Right.
Anybody can come and enjoy. So we give the good instructions to the bartenders as well, that they
Yeah.
know if he is like they are all have got RX, and they know that if they are not supposed to serve the drink, they will not. And it's clear instructions that bars are there. Enjoy yourself, girls. They all know. I touch wood. I had never had girls drink. They enjoy. They have full on party, but I never had such kind of like where I have to call ambulance to pick up the girl. So
I know.
I think the girls, whoever us, are all awesome and fantastic.
Excellent, excellent. Um, as you mentioned, I think that's how you control. Like, do you have security guards you have to pay for, and who are at the
Yes,
front? And yeah.
yes. We always have
Um,
to pay for us. We don't need security guards. The girls are awesome, but we still.
yeah, you still have to have, which is fair enough. I agree with that. Yeah. Um, so, like, do you have your event associated to any kind of charity?
Yes, Shagna Di Raat, the pre Karwa Chauth event that is going to happen on 9th of October. So that is a charitable event. So it's open to
Right.
the community. Everybody is welcome to support that event, to be sponsored in that event, and it's very minimal. It's a very minimal sponsorship for that one. And we have got like 16, 17 stalls that are already booked. So it's gonna be just kind of a feeling that you have in India. Everything under one roof. You can buy your earrings for Karwa Chauth. You can buy your clothes, sarees, lehengas,
Sarees or anything. Yeah, Punjabi silks or whatever.
uh,
Yeah.
everything. So from that event, we always do the charity. So we always
Okay.
one of the organizations. We have done it with Harman Foundation as well. We have
Oh,
with
yes.
the Gunanak Khalsa Kitchen. So we
Yeah.
have done her as well. So we always choose. We try to support. We have done it with Rekha ji as well from Cancer Foundation.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so we try to every year. Me and Sarika discuss like this year which organization we gonna support. So Jagnadi Raat event is both like a charity. It is for community, helping people, helping everybody, anybody, everybody, and then supporting any community or any charity cause, whichever we can get.
Yeah.
Try
Perfect. Perfect.
whomever we can.
Oh, that's Excellent, excellent. And so you should be on top of all your management skills, time management skills, creative thinking. It's a whole package together. How do you justify this?
Yeah, told you that I have to wake up at 6 a.m. every morning. So that is a big help. I cook my morning meals and then I go to work. So in the evening, at least I don't have to come and cook again. But I would
Yeah,
rather spend my event because these days we have to spend a lot of time planning things and coordinating with the girls. So from 5 to 7 is my time. Around that time, I chit chat with my friends, speak to them
yeah,
about
that's
the
your time. It's like me time.
yes, and then after 7 o'clock, it's all again family time starts.
Yeah. But that's excellent, excellent. So there is a balance there, like, for family and work and plus social, everything combined.
On the weekend, it's full on. So weekend is a family time. I try
Yeah,
to be active with my family on the weekend. We have to go to some girls events which are like, again, as I say, I always support any events in community. So
yeah.
but try to be with my family.
Oh, that's very nice, very nice. So it's great to have you on our platform, and it's such an insight. So, ladies and girls, in this particular wholesome Wednesday session who are listening to, and the ladies in the sari gallery, this is an opportunity for you all to kind of like channel your side hustle activity to event management, which is again kind of like a broader perspective, getting into a whole package of skills where you can nurture and take up to the next level, isn't it?
That's right. That's right.
So yeah, so that's what Dolly explained to us. So you have to be on top of everything, So there's a whole range of things which you can learn from this, and at the same time, it will be very helpful and beneficial. So excellent, excellent. So Dolly, is there anything that you want to shed light on?
Yes, I would like to just say
And
thank
by
you
the
to
way,
you. Sorry.
I didn't kind of like mention about what you do. So you were working for all these stores before, and then you again stepped through the steps, and now you are in the supply
Head of
chain as a technician. So
yes.
which is really great. So you did climb the ladder up there, which is really good. So is it kind of like, do you have to work from home or you have to go to work or what exactly is that?
I have to go to work for 3 days and 2 days I can work, which is
Work
good.
from
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. So it's kind of like, balancing work, life balance together and at the same time, keeping yourself busy with this kind of entertainment, which is really good. I would enjoy doing this kind of thing. As such, like I'm more an event person. I love to do events and I socialize a lot. All my events are like, family oriented. I do it at that level. Quite good. So it's all good. Excellent, excellent. So, Dolly, it was a pleasure to have you on my platform. And um, any take home message, last message before we wind up? Hi, Dolly. Looks like you are stuck there. Hi, Dolly. Oh, it was.
Yes.
I think it was kind of like stuck. Yeah, something happened there.
Yeah.
So, any last take home message, Dolly, for our viewers?
Yes. First of all, thank you to all the viewers who are watching us. Me and Hema listening to us from last 45, 50 minutes. Thank you so much, everyone. I would like to say me, myself, Dolly Aroraa is always up to help any ladies. If they need any help, please feel free to contact. And that is anything. If you got anything you need to like. I just don't want to even mention things. But if you are struggling with something, please feel free to message me. I can help you. I will be there. I think Hemaji is also gonna be with me to support you if you're going through
Yeah.
something in your life where you just need listening ears.
Yeah,
You can
something to
call.
listen to. So much important. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then, secondly, as you all now know very well, that I for events. So if you need any help in your upcoming event, for your DJs, for your photographers, for your venues, feel free to message me. I'll be happy to help you. Then, if you want to just come out of your house for event, enjoyment, fun, contact me. I'll let you know what's the upcoming events, my event, or even anyone events, what's happening in Sydney. So, feel free to contact me. I'm a very positive person. I love to meet people. I love to talk to them. Always ready to help the society because you guys have given so much love. That's why
That's
I'm here.
excellent. Oh, that's awesome. That's excellent. That's a great way to keep connected and at the same time, spread love and affection and just be a helping hand. That's awesome and excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Dolly, for coming on my platform. Ladies, thank you. Hema and Dolly signing off for the last time before I continue again in 2 months' time. All right. See you all.
Thank
Bye for
you.
now. Bye.